Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be Halloween dessert ideas. I'm making worm cupcakes, ghost pretzels, and finally Rice Krispie treats with, I made ghost and little assorted ones with sprinkles. So the first thing I'm showing you how to make is worm cupcakes. All you need is cupcakes, gummy worms. I have 2 bags, but I only used 1.5 or half of one. Cake crumbles, or you could use cookies. Green food coloring. I used electric green from AmeriColor. And of course you need some icing. I just made regular buttercream that I make all the time. So the first thing that you're going to do is actually color your buttercream. Depending on how much buttercream you have, depends on how much food coloring you will need, but with AmeriColor you don't usually need much. And I chose green because the picture I saw used green and I thought it looked really good, but I used electric green instead of the green they used because I thought it was more of a Halloween color. And this is the color it turned out looking like, so really bright green. And then I just started decorating the cupcakes. I showed you 5 different cupcakes in this, but I'm only showing you one here to give you the idea of how you would do it. And then the other 5 I'm just going to put music to, and you can see the other designs like that. So after you've frosted your cupcake, all you're going to do is place your gummy worms, and of course you could place the cake crumbles first depending on how you want your worms to sit, but I think the worms stuck better with putting the icing first. And with this one I did put a little bit more icing on top of the worms, that way the cake crumbles would stick. Then I added the cake crumbles, and the cake crumbles I used were just a crumbled up cupcake from the same batch, because I knew not everybody would eat them in my house with the buttercream, so I didn't do a whole lot of them. And this is the final product for the worm cupcakes. Of course, you could do different designs on each cupcake. So next for the ghost pretzels, the easiest recipe in this, all you need is candy coating and pretzels. And of course, if you wanted to add eyeballs, you could use some of the candy eyeballs, but I didn't. So all you do is melt the white coating chocolate, depending on the directions on the package, and then you coat your pretzels in the chocolate. And this is what they look like after they've been dipped. And yeah, the other three on the left didn't really look that good, but this is what it looks like at the end. And I do think they look like ghosts, but like I said, if you wanted to add eyeballs or chocolate chips or something, go right ahead. I didn't think they needed it. And finally, Rice Krispie treats. So all you need is rice cereal, butter, marshmallows, coating chocolate. I didn't use the chocolate chips, but I did have them out because I thought I might, but I didn't end up using them. A ghost cookie cutter or you could use any cookie cutter you wanted. The sparkle gel from Wilton, and assorted sprinkles, and a glass pan and cooking spray, which I did not mention because you will need to spray the pan. And of course, you can do the first 2 steps in the microwave, but I don't like to. So what I did was just melt the butter on the stovetop, and then after the butter was melted, I added the marshmallows. And after the marshmallows had melted, I did stir them a little bit to make sure all of them had been melted, and then I added the cereal in, and it's a pain in the butt to stir in the cereal, if you ask me, but I have that problem every time and wish I would have used a bigger pan. So this is what it looks like after you've put all the actual mixture in the pan, and like I said, I did grease this pan. Then after they've set up for a little while, I started to cut my shapes, and like I said, I did ghost, and yeah, you will see me eating the little leftover parts because that's just what I am. I just do that. I pick little leftovers off and I eat them. And I forgot to get out wax paper, but yeah. And since I was just making for the video, I did only do 2 ghosts and 6 little squares. And it probably would have been easier with a metal cookie cutter, but I didn't have one, so I had to use the plastic cookie cutter and then cut around it with a knife. But they looked just the same as they would have if I would have used an actual metal cookie cutter. And of course, you do not have to do ghosts. You can use any shape. You can do any shape you want. So after everything's been cut out, I just melted the chocolate and I coated the ghost first because I knew I'd need more chocolate for the ghost than I would anything else. That's when I decided to drizzle the remaining chocolate over the squares that I cut. And I just topped those with some sprinkles out of the assorted sprinkle set I had. And anything I have that I remember, I will link down below for you. So finally, after the chocolate on the ghost had dried, I took this black sparkle gel and just piped eyes and a mouth on the ghost. That way it kind of completed the look. You don't have to do this, or you could use candy if you liked, but I liked the sparkle gel instead. And that's what the ghosts look like. And then that's what the completed plate looked like after I put everything on it. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want more dessert ideas, let me know down below. And other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.